about the camps.
Yeah,
there
we
we
go.
go. All right, Alex Castaneda, head coach, Mike Mendoza, Tyler Doyle, coach. Just kind of a quick recap of the UNK Open, the Younes Hospitality Open.
Yeah, great tournament. I think we had a couple guys take third. Wheeler and Bonaro took third, wrestled well, and then right here Alex took fifth, and Tyler Doyle as well took fifth, and Orrin Huff took sixth. I don't know if I'm missing anybody else. We had, I think, maybe one or two guys match out, so they kind of got to the point where they weren't able to compete in their last match or move on. They got to 6 matches. But yeah, guys wrestled good showing.
And then Alex, for you coming off a redshirt year, you're wrestling really, really good right now. I think you're 11-3 or something like that right now on the year. Talk about kind of what that redshirt year, what you worked on and what you worked on leading into this year.
Yeah, so a lot of it, I feel like I had the skill and I had like the wrestling ability. I think a lot of it for me was just like a mental thing and just getting back to where I was having fun and competing, having not putting pressure on myself so much to always win and just go out there and just wrestle a wrestling match because that's really all it is. It's just meant to be fun. And I think that really helped me just go out there and be more competitive coming back. I've also physically, I feel like I've developed a lot during my redshirt year and just, yeah, I'm excited to be back and it's been a good season so far, so looking forward to it.
And then kind of similar question for you, Tyler. I know you've been wrestling in the lineup since you were a freshman, but this year, I know the coaches have really raved that you've really improved this year. Your top game has improved and kind of your mat skills have really improved. You've wrestled a lot of tough matches early in the year. You wrestled number 1 crew Howard and gave him kind of everything he wanted. And just talk about your development heading into this year, maybe something that you worked on heading into this year.
Yeah, I think I've always been able to compete with anybody, and I don't think I'd ever, even when I was a freshman, didn't have much skill, but could always give a fight and not get beat up. But I think it was just about fixing the little things in my game. Right, I came in here, I didn't have a takedown, I didn't have a turn, didn't have a stand up that I knew how to do. I just knew how to compete and fight against guys. But just working with the coaches, really getting down to the small details of things, working on a turn, working on my technique has helped me a lot.
Then, Coach, kind of a lead-up preview into wrestling against Western tomorrow night. So what do you know about them? Always a good fight with those guys up there.
Yeah, no, definitely, always a good match. Doesn't matter who they put out on the mat. It's going to be a good fight, and definitely wrestling in their arena is just a fight in itself with their crowd. They're pretty tough, so you can always expect a good rowdy crowd there. And a tough duel, obviously a little bit of elevation and they push the pace. So yeah, we'll look forward to competing against them, just looking at, just the probables that you sent out. Yeah, and just kind of really haven't looked into that too much. We saw a little bit of them wrestle at Kearney, but didn't really pair up with them too much there. But yeah, excited for tomorrow.
For both of you guys, what are your feelings heading into a big duel in a kind of a hostile environment against a rival? Both your guys' thoughts.
I'm really excited. I have a guy that's top 10 in the country, so I'm hoping to beat a guy in the top 10. And I think I can. I think we have the skill to beat him, and our team's looking good overall, and I think we're starting to put it together. And yeah, I'm just excited. Like Coach said, it's a crazy environment there, so it makes it fun. And yeah, I'm just ready to compete. Wrestle.
Yeah, I love wrestling at Western. Coach got on us last year because we get pretty riled up. Like I think I feed off the energy that they give. Like it's a small gym and they're right in your face the whole time chanting you. So last year when we beat them, it was fun. I'm not sure who I'm going to have, but I don't think it really matters. So it'll be fun.
The Coach, we were talking just a couple hours ago about the depth of the lineup this year. It's a lineup that's a really, really good dual lineup. There's not really a hole, you could say, in the lineup. Just talk about kind of the depth that you have this year.
Yeah, I think definitely have some depth and looking at our lineup with really one senior and maybe another junior that's going to graduate. So and then a lot of other juniors maybe in the lineup, but certainly at 149. Alex Castaneda has jumped a level from last year to this year, and we're another guy who was at 57, dropped down 49, so super competitive at 149s. Same thing at 174 with Gus Dalton and Alex Holguin. So yeah, really competitive and deep at a couple weights where even at heavyweight, with Ruben Samuelson at heavyweight behind Tyler, like we have some good depth where the next best guy is just as good.
You started off the season with 3-0 in duels and go to an open tournament for either of the guys. What's kind of your different mindset, or what do you prefer, that dual atmosphere, that tournament atmosphere where you're going just for yourself and now kind of back to a big duel with a rival?
Is that for all three of us?
Yeah.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
you too.
I like the dual atmosphere. Like, it's a little bit more intense. And I think for the guys, like, going out in a match, it's just a different feeling when you wrestle first round of a tournament versus wrestling in a dual meet where you're going out, obviously right after one of your guys. There's some energy in that. And then somebody's following you, so you want to wrestle the right way and send out the next guy. With wrestling, great effort when you go out and compete. And then, tournament's a little more lax. Even going into the finals, I feel like it's just, it's maybe a little bit closer to what a dual atmosphere is like. But certainly tomorrow's duel with Western is going to be, like I said, it's fun. It's fun being in that type of environment where it's pretty tense and pretty rowdy. And then, you're out there on the mat by yourself, in a duel. So definitely a different competitive feel.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of duels. Tournaments would be fun if I win all the time, but when you get put in the backside of the bracket and you're on your fifth and sixth match, your body doesn't feel very good. So tournaments just get long, and it's hard because coaches are jumping around. Like, duel very much feels like a more team sport, right? We're all hyping each other up, we're all cheering for each other, and then a tournament, people get lost. Everyone's running around, coaches sprinting, trying to find matches, who's on deck. So yeah, I definitely prefer a duel. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, and kind of going on what they were talking about, like getting on the backside of a bracket. I think that's one aspect that our team has is, like, even our younger guys, they get on the backside and they're matching out. We had 3 or 4 guys I can think of that just matched out, and it starts there. It starts with having tough kids who just want to get better and want to just compete, and it goes into our practice room, which goes into competition. Whenever we have tough guys behind tough guys, iron sharpens iron. So I think that's a great aspect on our team is we're just getting tough, tough guys at every weight, like the coach is saying. So it makes it a good environment to just go out and compete, whether it's a duel or a tournament.
So you talked a little bit about the depth. How's the depth in the room helped you guys get better the last 2 years especially?
Oh, I credit Ruben Samuelson to everything that I've been able to build myself into. I mean, I came into the room and you look at him, right? He's slouch, he's a monster. And me and him have had 1-point matches all 3 years, right? So I'm never able to relax, right? I walk into that room every day knowing that I'm gonna have to compete, right? We're doing a live go. I know you look at other teams at the D2 level in the nation and they don't have a Ruben that they're wrestling every day. So I think that's what made me so competitive and stay so sharp all the time.
And for me, it's just like there's a variety. I wrestle tall guys, shorter guys, and they're all good. And I wrestle guys who are different weights than me. Like us middle class guys, we all kind of wrestle each other. So no matter if I'm wrestling a lighter guy or a heavier guy, like everybody's giving me different looks in the room. Everybody's helping me get better, along with me helping them get better as well. It's just a team effort. Like, one guy goes hard and then you're wrestling him, it just makes you better. And so that just aspect that everybody just wants to get better in our room has just really helped us improve as a team.
Yeah, in a duel like tomorrow, I mean, every match is so important. Your lightweight guys get you off to a good start, and then the middleweights, and then it comes down to the last couple of weights. How antsy are you getting, or do you like to see? We got a 2-point team score here. It's going to come down to the last 2-3 matches.
Yeah, that's what they did to me at San Francisco. I was sitting there, we were winning by a lot, and I was messing around with my dad, and I look up and it's a 5-point duel. But no, I don't get super nervous. It's just wrestling. I don't really put a ton of pressure on myself. I know that I can beat anybody, and I'm pretty confident in my abilities. So I don't get too overwhelmed when the score gets close. I I don't think like guess the big lights don't get to me very much. I stay pretty calm.
Yeah, and the way that, like Dave said, this team is set up for a duel, and you can kind of pick and choose who's hot in the room. How nice is that knowing that, with the depth and the lineup that you've got, you can put a different lineup out there and you can compete.
Yeah, no, it definitely feels good when you have depth. Obviously, it's good for the guys improving, but it's good to be able to make sure you put out a strong lineup when you compete. I think in the end, it makes it tough because, at the end of the season, you got one guy that can go. So ultimately, you want those guys to make that determination and make it easy and not put it in our hands or even in a wrestle off. Like this is something where, they compete out in competition and then they compete against each other and kind of go from there. But it's a good problem to have for sure. I mean, you definitely want that depth. That's how you put guys on the podium. So excited for our team and these two guys right here and excited to see what we can do this season.
All right, question of the week. Favorite Christmas or holiday pastime? Is it looking at Christmas lights? Is it Christmas trees? Opening, what's your favorite holiday / Christmas pastime?
Yeah,
Or tradition, or
Tradition.
Tradition, or
Yeah. So every year after Thanksgiving, we get a Christmas tree. This is the first year we didn't get a real Christmas tree, so I'm still a little bit, kind of, you miss that Christmas tree smell. Like it's my thing. But we always decorate the Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving, and so it's something we look forward to and something we did this year. Although it wasn't with a real tree, it's with a good-looking tree, and so decorating the tree.
Yeah, I would say we for my whole life we went to my grandpa Ron's house for Christmas Eve, and yeah, I think that's probably the funnest thing I do almost all year. I think I look forward to it.
For me, I would say I just like spend time with my family, just relaxing. I don't like to do nothing when I have my little week off. I just like to sit on my couch, watch movies, hang out with the family, try not to get too fat, and just, yeah.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.